Welcome to the Real Talk with Missy and Fabio.
The honest side of real estate with all you must know to survive in this market.
Hello everybody, welcome to Missy and Fabio, Real Talk, Real People. So today we have Jonathan Payton. Hey, I got that name.
You're getting
Really
it.
good, my God. Anyway, we're going to be talking, he's really have a lot of stuff to say, so this is amazing. Thank you, Missy, for Payton.
Jonathan has come into my life through dinner one night.
Yep.
At the Hensel's house.
Yep.
Yes, and I met your mom and your brother and your girlfriend.
Yep.
Still in your
Girlfriend, the
world?
sisters, yeah, everybody.
Okay, good. But this young man is very impressive, and we wanted to share the story of his world because I really feel like it's fabulous that you came from not doing anything really exciting to now you're making a huge contribution to this community of Stafford and Fredericksburg. So we want you guys, if you have any questions, if you'll just put in the comments your questions, Fabio or I or Jonathan will get back to you. We'll answer any questions you have. We want you to subscribe, please, if you would. So
click the button.
So we can share his world with you guys too. This is an amazing gift to the community of our youth, mentorship, education, and just a great opportunity for everybody to collaborate in the cyber world.
Yeah, cyber, technology, everything fun coming up in the world.
So, Jonathan, just our meeting maybe, and where you came from before you elevated, I guess, up to the cyber Bytes world too?
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, my name's Jonathan Payton. I currently work at what's called the Cyber Bytes Foundation. We're a 501c3 nonprofit located right here in Stafford, Virginia. Our facility is right outside Marine Corps Base Quantico.
Yeah.
I grew up here in Stafford, elementary school, middle school. I graduated from North Stafford High School.
There's hope!
Yeah, you look like from Northern Virginia. So.
Yeah, he's gamed up here today, that's for sure. So.
And so after high school, I went to community college at Northern Virginia Community College, got my associate's degree, went on to Old Dominion University where I studied data analytics and finance.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's
kind of a numbers geek.
Yeah, I was about to say, lots of math, lots of running numbers, and all fun stuff. And then I found out about the Cyber Bytes Foundation pretty early on in their inception, and I joined that team, believing in the mission and everything that they were running up there. And if you guys don't mind, I'll give a little intro into Cyber Bytes.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
so spell it for everybody too, and we'll put a link in from his world too, so everybody can click on and you guys can see a lot of their activities on LinkedIn. Most of your activity and your social stuff is LinkedIn. They do some Facebook, but we really want you guys to be able to find them because they are a shining star in that Quantico Corporate Center too. So
Cyber Bytes Foundation, as I mentioned, we're a 501c3 nonprofit. Our mission is education, innovation, and outreach around all things technology, innovation. So really on the education side, we help educate. So we offer A+, Network Plus, Security Plus certifications, absolutely free. If you shoot me an email, I'll get you involved in our scholarship program so we can get you all.
So what age group?
All age groups. So I've had.
So even the old people.
Even the youngs, the olds, everybody. Yeah, ain't no one old here.
No.
But yeah, I've had as young as 14, 15-year-old high school students going through our programs, as old as anybody really just looking to
biting his tongue.
And really what we're trying to do is help break down the barriers to entry for people interested in these technology, IT, cybersecurity career paths. If you go on to the web and search for traditional training programs, they can run you anywhere from $1,500, $2,000 and up from there to get instructor-led training in these. So what we've done is we've gone out and we've negotiated our rates with instructors, and we've just opened the classes up. We recognize that we're not going to continue to build and grow the workforce if we just continue to charge people an absorbent amount of money to get engaged in this. So we open up our classes absolutely free, and really we're just looking to get people interested and engaged in cyber technology and IT.
Let me ask you, because I heard a few programs, I don't know if you guys, in your case, that they be able to kind of hook you after you finish with that to get to their job, opportunities. So
Mm-hmm.
because it's easy for them, just because they come from you guys and stuff like that. I don't know if you have that program. Or,
Yeah, so another aspect of our facility is we engage heavily with the IT and tech community. So as where education is one portion of our mission, innovation, as I mentioned, is another portion. And with that, on the second floor of our facility, we've got a bunch of just different research and innovation labs across all sorts of emerging technologies. So 5G, artificial intelligence, machine learning, of course cybersecurity. We've got a software factory as well. And what we do with those labs is we go out and we partner with the leading tech companies in those fields.
So the companies are there, the
Oh,
people
yeah,
are there,
okay,
the
they're already-
military is
yeah.
there, they're
Yeah.
all passing through, so
Absolutely.
it's a great opportunity
great
to
opportunity.
meet people
Yeah.
too.
So I like to look at it as a technology collaboration center, our facility. And again, it's right here in Stafford County. And what we're trying to do is, bring a little slice of Silicon Valley here to Stafford and bring these resources, these capabilities, these products and technology right to the doorstep of our community, of the people that serve our community, the Marine Corps, Navy, the government, all of these, and of course our local community as well, reaching down into the high school, middle schools, and as young as we can with these programs, and just getting people engaged in technology and what's coming down in innovation. And if we can help in any way kind of bridge that gap from the beginners in like just getting started off up to the leading experts from the Googles, the Microsofts, these big tech companies.
The Elon Musk.
Absolutely.
The one day we
Yeah,
walked in
Musk.
there, they had didn't you have Elon or one of his person on the TV that was talking to the class that was there? That was pretty cool.
Yeah, we've done some work with some Tesla guys, some Boston Dynamics guys. We've had the Spot robot dog. We've had that at our facility. It's participated in some of our summer camps. So being able to showcase these types of technologies and these crazy innovations to our future generations of innovative tech leaders, that's right at our heart. And anytime we can connect those gaps between, again, the beginners to the experts, the people that have gone through that journey and lived through it, that's what we love.
let me ask you, by any chance, did you guys go to school, to high school, to promote that? Because that's amazing that people need to know that. Young kids, they need to know that before even they go to college.
Absolutely, and that's what we try and pride ourselves on, is touching down as to the younger generations as early as possible, because we recognize at the Bytes Foundation, if we try and wait till kids are in their last years of high school, or if they're already in college, to try and immerse them and engage them in these technologies, they've already got their head set on, I want to be a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, something. They're not really thinking outside the box. So as much as we can engage with, we're working heavily with Stafford County Public Schools and a lot of the different communities
Well, you're
and
involved
counties.
in a lot of the universities too.
Yep,
then.
the universities. We've got partnerships with George Mason, Shenandoah University, and a couple others coming down the pipeline that we'll be announcing here soon. And really that's what we're looking to do, is reach down as young as possible and get them engaged, get them involved in this technology.
We need that, because even, I was going to say when I'm come from, Dominican Republic, it's just the same way. We don't
Ohio?
have...
I thought you were from
Well, I used to
Ohio.
be, but anyway, I went to one of graduation in high school, and 90% there were administration business or lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have enough industry over there, because people are teaching the wrong thing, or let's say like the government doesn't have a politics, like a goal, where we have to go.
Right.
This is a new word, completely
Absolutely.
different. So no, I don't say lawyers, you don't need it. You need it, but not that much. We
Right.
have to kind of
There's
change that.
Like you said, it's a completely new direction that's coming out, and there's so many possibilities for the youth, our next generation, and just exposing them to what's out there, what's possible, and really, if you're imagining something, if you're thinking
Anything's
about
possible.
anything is possible. Keep
is.
following your dreams, keep working hard, keep your head down, and hustle.
Yeah. That's
Tell
true.
us a little bit about your summer programs. I know we're past that at this point, but that's something, are you going to continue to do the camps through the year then?
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
the certifications too are really awesome.
Yeah, so we've just continued to grow our youth summer programs. So that's part of the outreach portion of our mission. So of course we have, networking events and all different types of engagements for adults. But every summer, this is our third year now running. So we opened the doors November 2019. So this is our third year in operations. And so we just finished our third year of summer camp programs in we ran 6-7 different camps this past summer. So everything from 3D printing, building their own gaming PC, virtual reality. We had a drone summer camp, an artificial intelligence
They
summer
get
camp.
sponsors that help them with
Yep.
the materials too. So
okay.
the camps are very affordable, if
Yes.
not free. Or
Yeah.
we tried to give away some scholarships. I'm like, seriously?
Yeah.
So
And it's all just about, again, exposing them to these technologies that they may not have been aware of. All of our camps are hands-on, project-based, so we're getting them in there. They're not just operating a 3D printer. They're building the thing from scratch. Same thing with the
it's
gaming
crazy.
PC.
It's
It
crazy.
is.
And then integrating it with the computer and everything then too.
They're doing the
So-
programming behind it. They're bringing in their models. They're doing literally everything from the ground up, so that when they leave our camp, one of the awesome parts about our camp is all of the technology that the students interact with, they take home with them at the end of the camp. So being able to teach them, hey, what happens when it breaks? Hey, if you need to troubleshoot it, these are the processes that you need to go through to make sure that you can get your machine back up running and operating again. So really trying to take them, we assume that all the students coming into our camps have no prior knowledge to whatever the technology is. So
That's
we
awesome.
teach them from the base level, and we get them up to where we feel pretty confident in their capabilities by the time they're leaving our program.
So during the COVID close down or shut down too, didn't you have classes and some opportunities for people to get certified or get some of the certifications done, the kids?
So so we opened the doors right before COVID, as I mentioned,
Hate when that
November
happens.
2019, and then March 2020 kind of blew everything up. But it took us to the drawing board, and we realized we needed to improvise, adapt, and overcome. And that's really what we did. We shifted a lot of our programs to a virtual setting. The summer camps, once it rolled around to June, July, we had a lot of people kind of questioning if we should be bringing kids together and what were the issues and everything, but we went ahead and we ran our programs. We thought about canceling them, but parents were like, don't even think about it. We're sending the kids there anyways, so please keep the doors open. And we ended up running our camps the first year, even through COVID. Obviously followed all the guidelines and everything. We had the 6 feet of separation and followed all the health safety guidelines, and it went off with a bang. And it just made us recognize that, holy crap, there's a lot of people out there just itching to do something, anything at this moment. So we knew we were on to something. And then last year we only expanded on those programs. We went from 3 summer camps our first year. I think we ran 6 last year, and then as I mentioned, we ran 7 or 8 this past year. So just continuing to grow and really expand on everything we're doing down there at the Quantico Cyber Hub.
So how many students do you think they really taking advantage of that?
So we generally open our camps up. We look for about 20 to 30 students in our camps every week that we run them. This past summer we would only run 1 camp a week because we had a large class, but we are exploring other opportunities of maybe shrinking class sizes, so then we can run more consecutive classes throughout the weeks of summer camp. So we're hitting the drawing board now that this summer has wrapped up, and we had another successful year of summer camps. But with everything that we do, we take a step back. What went right? What went wrong?
Yeah.
How can we make this better? So that's how we're looking at next year's programs, and we're really just kind of excited to get back to the best time of the year, which is our youth summer programs.
I see. You have a lot of time. You can take some class.
I know, in all our spare time, but I love how you guys are hiring so many of the young kids too, right? They're from Stafford, some of the high school students, and then your management, your bosses. If you'll share a little bit about the kids that are coming to your world, and then the bosses, and then your expansion, because I know you just have 10 acres more, another building coming up.
Yeah, so
wow.
so this Quantico Cyber Hub where we're at right now, this is only the
So it's
beginning.
going to kind of be a campus, right? Is that what the mission is?
Yeah, that's kind of what our goal is down the line, and we've kind of broken this up into a couple different phases. So this first phase, the Quantico Cyber Hub, we're up running. As I mentioned, we've been moving forward for about 3 years now. And then we just broke ground a couple months ago on our next facility, which is going to be called the Cube. It's going to be focused on data analytics, artificial intelligence, machine learning. So yeah, you know,
it's really impressive. The buildings themselves.
This
the
is
building
crazy
beautiful.
because it's your head. It's
I
gonna be,
know.
It's always crazy. As someone who grew up in the Stafford community, whenever I talk about it, I almost feel like I'm talking about something, you know, out in
West
California.
Coast.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
in the tech world, but it's
Yeah,
always
but look
like
at the hub of what you have here. We have so many. I mean, we have Quantico, we have the FBI Academy, we have the Pentagon. Your federal support, military support, and the contractors to support them, it feeds right into exactly what you guys are trying to do.
Exactly, and at the end of the day, that's who we want to support. The warfighter, those people, and we classify the warfighter as, you know, first responders, our police officers, you know, the Marine Corps, Navy, all of those guys that are and gals that are out there supporting, fighting for us, and you know, giving
Defending
back,
our country
defending
and
our country
federal
and
everything. So.
civil service. So any way that we can support them, bring new technologies and put it on their radar, and really kind of shine a light on what's coming in all these different emerging technology areas, that's what we love, and that's how we like to give back.
So the kids they hire are hilarious. I mean, they are on it,
Oh, yeah.
smart, you know, personable, smiling, got their cute little shoes on.
Absolutely.
I'm like, these guys are gaming up here. They're just super nice kids.
You know, we're always looking for, you know, people with a personality and a drive,
A gift.
hustle mindset.
They're serving.
Yeah,
Yep.
you know, it's not people that are just looking to come in and punch the clock every day.
Yeah,
we're
yes.
looking for people that are motivated and really are trying to give back to the community, try and provide something that really I don't see in this area, and that's what drew me back to Stafford and the Quantico Cyber Hub was, wow, holy crap, there's this resource right here in the community that I grew up in, and it's doing everything that I wish I had when I was younger, when I was growing up. You know, these resources, these summer camps, these programs. You know, I was a tech nerd growing up. I loved all of that stuff, but you know, outside of a little STEM camp in class here and a little program there wasn't much in this field. So being able to expand on that, and as I mentioned, I mean, I've got two younger sisters. They're coming up through Stafford County Public Schools right now. They're both in middle school, and so me being able to give back and provide these resources for their generation, for
awesome.
Again, those next generation of technology leaders is. It just warms my heart, gives me the chills just
Very
talking
rewarding,
about it.
isn't it?
Absolutely.
So tell us a little bit about Matt and then your other support on the, you know, Matt had said that he had, you know, two devices that really weren't talking to each other when he was, you know, trying to serve a mission, and so that was kind of an inspiration for
Yeah,
him.
so a lot of the leadership at the foundation is made up of you know, Marines, former Navy, Army, all of the different branches of service and government, and I think they all kind of gravitated towards the Bytes Foundation with the same kind of frustrations and just pieces that they saw within government. How to do business with the government that really just frustrated them and kind of felt like we're holdbacks to,
Right.
again, the American people getting what they need and deserve quickly and efficiently, and
Get rid of the red tape.
exactly. So I think everybody kind of came to the table with the same mindset that we need to change and adjust the traditional method of doing things, and everybody kind of signed up under the same mission, the same goal, to be able to provide these resources back to our community, back to the local, state, federal government, and be able to get these capabilities and technologies and resources in their hands a lot faster than the traditional way of doing things. So our whole leadership team, from the board of directors all the way down to, you know, the directors running things day to day, everybody kind of has this
Well, their vision is. I mean, their vision is big.
Yeah.
They have a big vision and a big mission.
Absolutely. And like we mentioned earlier, I mean, this is only the beginning. This
Right.
facility, I mean, we've got...
Where do you see it going?
I mean, we could sit around and talk for a while on where I see this thing going, but I really see us changing just the whole landscape of how people from small businesses all the way to large businesses really do business with the government. And we need to update that process, the way of doing things, and everybody that comes into our ecosystem kind of signs on to that similar mentality, that same mindset of how we're doing things isn't getting the job done, and it's leading to areas where our adversaries overseas are really getting a leg up on us. So how do we correct that and get past the point of being behind and
Do you feel like our technology is behind? Do we? I mean, is that a bad hard question?
I think that our government's ability to recognize the technology that we have is behind. I think we're leaders when it comes to innovation and capabilities and resources. Our ability to utilize those resources and capabilities, that's what's lagging behind. And
and it's just getting through the red tape. It's getting through
Right.
the bureaucracy that you have to deal with every day in life.
Right, and so that's what we're working with a couple different government agencies now to kind of turn this whole system on its head, and how do we of course stay in our swim lane, still do the right things, do things by the book, but shake the book up a little bit and maybe change the length of the book.
Yeah,
right?
that's true. That's true.
And the dime that's involved.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Well, good. Well, I'm excited to have, and we're going to watch you. We're going to have you come back maybe next year then
That's what I'm
too,
gonna
and just
say,
kind of
too.
update us. And again, I mean, what else? Go
Well,
ahead.
I was gonna say, like, when you talked to me about Jonathan, I don't know anything
You had
about
no
him,
idea,
but
did
she
you?
was talking about like, oh, he's so passionate, and now I can feel it, man. So I know that you really love that what you're doing. That's amazing, and he's helping a lot of people. That's the
Yeah.
most important,
Yeah.
young kids the next generation.
Did you ever
We don't
want
want
to
to see
teach?
that.
I did go through a strong period when I was transitioning through community college. I studied business administration.
Mm-hmm.
My mindset was, start with business. If I want to change it once I get to a university, there's business skills, I can apply them anywhere. But
That's a good idea.
as I was kind of making that transition, I did go through a period where, teaching...
I think you'd be a fabulous teacher, but you're doing it now.
I love it.
Yeah.
And it all did come full circle because I chose, business and data analytics and numbers, but it all did come back around to where, we're teaching people every single day.
Absolutely.
And the youth programs and being able to be in there and engage and just see the brain workings and how kids are putting things together. It's just so rewarding, and like you said,
Those kids are so proud.
Yeah.
I mean, and just to watch, the couple classes that we've been through and these kids, they are like focused.
Oh,
and
yeah.
if they, one little girl, when we were there, something had broken on her machine. So she had to build another part
Yeah.
for the printer that day.
Yeah.
And she actually did it while we were there. And I'm like,
Yeah, so that
she
was
so proud.
during I remember that vividly. It was during our 3D printing camp, and she was screwing on a bolt too tight. It ended up cracking one of the pieces that was in the 3D printer. This is a great learning lesson, right? So we paired her up with the student that was sitting right adjacent to her. And we said, okay, we need to figure out what this part is. We need to print a new one. And so they, sure enough, loaded the piece onto her neighbor's printer. They were able to print it out, screw the new piece on, and her printer was back operational and functional. And
So great to be
Problem solving.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, that's a huge thing, to learn to collaborate and problem solve together. So, yes, sir.
I love it, and all of it.
Show them your shirt. I love
Oh,
your
so this is
shirt.
our logo here. Hopefully I can get it out
that's
from
cool,
behind. This
man.
is the American Cyber League.
I was gonna ask you, where do you buy that? So
I know.
now I know.
That's awesome.
It
Well,
gives me a little bit of like a Superman feel sometimes
like
when
that.
I take
Yeah,
off my
you know,
jacket.
yeah.
I'm gonna
You
have to
see?
find one. We have some
Oh,
socks.
I've got some plenty of them. I can
love
can
it.
throw some your way.
So in your building, just share what all's there too, because there's a nice facility to go and have a coffee shop and
Yeah, so we-
classrooms.
Yeah, so our facility is really broken up to help us meet that mission of education, innovation, and outreach. So the first floor is really dedicated to that education portion of our mission. So we've got 5 state-of-the-art classrooms. They can be broken down, they can be opened up into one large meeting space. So we've got like floor-to-ceiling whiteboard dividers that can be brought out, tucked away, whatever. And then we've also got a 12-seat Pearson VUE testing center right there on site. So
A what?
a 12-seat Pearson VUE testing center.
Which is?
So as students come in, they get their certification, they do the training, they can literally walk right across the hall, take that certification exam, walk out the door certified before they even hit the
These
streets.
kids
So.
graduating from high school with these certs are employable.
Yeah, that's
You
what I
know,
was talking about.
what do you think that they're making maybe when they graduate? Can you sort of give a guesstimate with each certification?
It varies heavily, but definitely, I mean, someone coming in and getting like a Network Plus, Security Plus type of certification, I mean, you're in high demand already just walking out the door with
Okay.
2 pretty entry level certifications, and that'll open up so many doors for a cybersecurity kind of first step into those type of positions, IT support positions, and all these different technologies, and so many different aspects we're seeing come out of the government in terms of requirements for different contracts they're getting adjusted, and it's not, hey, you need a bachelor's degree to do this.
Right.
We're seeing more and more that hey, you need to show competency in certain skills, and being able to show that, hey, I passed my Security Plus exam or Network Plus or any of these other courses that we offer, being able to show that capability and that I was able to pass this course, it just opens so many doors for you. And
What a great opportunity.
It is.
yeah, and it opens so many doors so that, like you said, these high school students can come out of high school and, 4-year university and putting yourself tens of thousands of dollars in
And
debt.
not being able to buy a house.
Exactly. Bring it all
Just
back.
saying, no,
around.
just
But I would
teasing.
say, you're live. You have to pay a debt. That's
So sad.
That's really sad.
Yeah.
But maybe the debt that you have to pay, maybe it shouldn't be 50, 60.
Well, not everybody's meant to go to
Yeah,
a
to
4-year
college.
college program.
Absolutely.
I mean, I have one that I really think he'd have been better off doing an entrepreneurial job, or bricklaying, or stonelaying, or electrician, or plumber.
Well, and I was that kind of student. I was happy I kind of recognized that coming out of high school that, maybe going straight off into university wasn't the best route for me. So I started working full time. I went to community college, and, me putting myself through that process of working all day, going to classes at night, and I'm like, okay, I recognize this is a hustle, and I want to make sure that I complete my education so that I'm not finding myself working, hard labor
Right.
jobs and stuff like that. And that's what we're seeing with these new models, is that that 4-year that university track, that's not the only path.
And nobody
No, it's
uses their
not.
degree. That's the hard thing, I think.
but
And a 4-year degree, a lot of times
I-
you need more even.
At the same time, I think generations we're changing. The parents too is changing, because they know now that you don't have to go to college to be a successful person. It doesn't matter if you make a lot of money, because successful doesn't mean like you have to make a lot of money, but something that you really love and you can live.
Your passion for
Yeah,
it, and you
passion
enjoy
for
it.
Yeah, you enjoy it.
Absolutely. And the other thing that we're seeing with these universities, I mean, you talk about going to university for a cybersecurity program. By the time you go through those 4 years of education, I mean, the stuff they were teaching you
It's
at year
gone.
one, it's
Technology.
gone. Yeah, it's
like, yep.
we're way far advanced past
Yep,
that. And
absolutely.
the time that it takes for universities to refresh that material and get to what's happening out there in the real world. That's why it's such a great pairing that we have with the education portion of our mission, along with the technology and innovation part. We get to see what's on the front edge of the wave, what's coming down the pipeline. How should we mold our education programs to better resemble what's happening in the real world today.
It's real time. They're real time.
Exactly.
What about, you have I know you participate a lot with the ROTC students. Luke brings his, is it mostly just local ROTC programs, or how does that?
Actually, we've got a partnership with the JROTC, the Marine Corps JROTC program nationally. So we do a lot of engagements with them. We help train some of their instructors as they're getting ready for their summer camp programs. And really, as you were mentioning, more with the local ROTC programs. We've got a great relationship with a gentleman you're familiar with, Luke Wright, who always brings down. He's an instructor up in Washington, D.C.
That's a classroom we went to visit.
But he's coming to one of the.
Yeah, we're going to interview him too.
Oh, I love it! I love it! Oh, you're in for a treat with Luke. He is he's a wonderful, wonderful character. I won't jump into Luke too much. I'll let him do his talking, because man, he's gonna blow my episode out of the water.
No. But I think that's awesome to bring in the ROTC students too, because they're just trying to find themselves too, and they like the not rigidness, but an organization that they are expected to do certain things at certain times, and this technology thing in these classes for these kids is amazing.
Yeah, and Luke, man, he puts them through the grindstone.
He does.
We'll put him up in the hotel for the week of the summer camp, but he's got them up early in the morning doing PT, and they're running
ain't no playing around.
He puts them to work. So.
But they really appreciate it, and they want it. I mean, those students we met out there that day were just. It broke my heart, but it just really.
I
come out like, oh, But I mean, these kids were just so hungry to learn and be mentored.
Absolutely.
And our whole world is hungry to be learned and be mentored. I think. I would say 50% of it at least. But what you guys are doing is just so on track for what we need. You just need one in every quadrant of our states here.
And to take it back to one of the questions you asked earlier, is where do we see it going? That's exactly where we see this going. Is we want to harness the resources and everything in this area, and then our next step there is picking our heads up and where else can we go across the country and across the world.
We're going to be your ambassadors.
I love it.
No, we really appreciate you, and it's just so fun to watch you mature into this whole. First I'm like, oh, poor Jonathan, he's got Matt, yelling at him and throwing stuff at him, and you just caught it and you ran with it. I was like, I got it.
That's how you learn, is being put in uncomfortable situations and in situations that you may not think you're ready for, but you're just like,
you get ready.
All right, I gotta make myself ready in one way or another. Either I'm gonna fail and learn a lesson, or I'm gonna succeed.
Fail forward.
Exactly.
So what would you say? We almost finished, but anyway, what would you say? For young people that are listening to you, what do they need to do in order to, let's say, the future? Because you're young, and they need something, because
I think people don't even know what's out there. These kids don't even know what's available. So what's your resource for them just to kind of get smart about it?
I'm not going to say that the way I did things was the best way. Yeah, exactly, of doing things, but in my LinkedIn, my header is passionately curious, and that's something that I would like to relay to that younger generation, is stay curious, stay interested, and keep pulling the threads on those curiosities. Keep diving deeper. I've gone through many different hobbies and skills and activities that didn't become my lifelong career passion. But, I learned a lot of valuable skills from just going through the exercise of being curious, trying to learn more. And if you can harness that energy and really approach everything you're doing as, hey, a lesson's going to come out of this. Positive, negative, one way or another. I'm going to learn something, and coming out of it, I'm going to be a smarter, wiser, stronger person than I was going into it. Anything is accomplishable.
Yeah. That's true. That's a good one.
I like it. Thank
I'm
you.
gonna take a few of those. You know.
Well, we're
Right.
curious. Our curiosity sometimes gets us in trouble, but it's all good, right? We learn from it.
Yeah, that's
We
true.
learn from it. Well, Jonathan, thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Thank you
so
guys
much.
so much for having
We're
me.
so
was such
excited.
a pleasure.
Well,
And we have here, I mean, anytime that you want to show, say something about it,
Yeah.
that you got new and stuff
We can
like that,
just yell.
please, just because we want to be loud for the community.
And now in your labs, you have some of the toys. What are the cool toys that are up there before we let you go? real
Oh
quick?
yeah, I mean, so open invitation. Anyone out there looking to come and explore these toys, these labs, any of the work that we're doing, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always happy to show anybody around. I mean, we've got all things from augmented reality and virtual reality to 5G technology and. Like I said, we just stood up our software factory and a bunch of other just
People have no idea what
I
all
know,
this
I
mess
know.
is. That's what's so cool about it. I mean, and so that's why, honestly, you guys just reach out, and don't hesitate. I mean, if you have a thought and there's something you think that you need to implement, or you have a dream or something, these guys are they're a bunch of dreamers in a box.
That's a really wonderful way
You know,
of
I
putting
mean,
it. I like that.
and a way to give and serve and help develop. And this is an amazing program that we really are excited to share with everybody.
I'm gonna take class, but I'm gonna get a bilingual, like a Spanish. So,
Maybe then that's good. That's a good idea. That's a
I
good
always got a
idea.
good idea.
There you go. Well, thank you.
Well, thank you so much,
Thank you,
guys.
guys.
Thank you,
Yes.
Jonathan. And we're gonna have this in a Spotify.
Yes.
But soon we're gonna have our YouTube channel.
Yes.
So
All
you-
the videos will be on our YouTube channel, so everybody will. I like to listen. I don't like to see them.
But that's
it's so
you,
different.
Missy.
I know.
There's a
I know.
lot of people.
No, it's
Everybody
really
wanna see now
interesting.
Jonathan.
I know. We're going to
So,
get
you
to
know.
everybody.
Everybody.
So we
Are
want
you married, Jonathan, or
Girlfriend.
He's got a lovely
Okay, I'm sorry,
lady.
girlfriend, but that's anyway. That's part of life,
Yes. What's his name? Jim Carrey.
I have gotten Jim
That's
Carrey.
right. The whole time I'm thinking. Yes.
but
yes.
You look
The
better.
handsome
You
Jim
look better
Carrey.
than the Jim Carrey.
Yes. But anyway, thank you all so much for joining us, and we look forward to answering any questions you guys have. We want you to subscribe and to ring the bell or touch the bell so you can get any notifications
Remember, I
that we put
love
out
to
there.
say, click the button.
Click the button.
Click
Whatever.
all the buttons. Like it, share it,
Click all the
comment
buttons.
it.
Do a
Please.
cartwheel. Anyway, bye, you
Goodbye,
guys. Have a
guys.
great
Bye.
one.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that was really good. So glad you joined us today.
Please message us on Facebook, and Fabio and I will respond to all your questions as soon as possible,
Find us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcast.
or anywhere you listen to your podcast.